Hi, welcome to Wacomico Public Library Center Branch. I'm Cindy, and we're going to do a take and make, and it's to celebrate the Independence Day, 4th of July. And this is the project right here. It's called Utensil Caddy Holder. It holds your spoons, your knives, we just did, and forks. And it's a great project to do. If you like to do it with your children, it's a great idea to do it with them. Kids always love to do craft projects. Just when you're doing it with your kids, to be present. Also, watch the video all the way through before you start doing the project. It'll make it more easier and more understanding. In your take and make bag, you will have the caddy holder. And if you notice, I've bent all my pieces where there's the attachment, the detached lines. I've bent all the project. You have the holders of the utensils, the knives and forks. You will have your letters right here that says happy and then the 4th. Then you will have your pieces, 3 of these pieces. And of course, you will have stars. Okay, we're going to get started. Before we start, you need to make sure you have a wet paper towel, a dry paper towel. Also, the glue. You will need glue. It's always best to use craft bond glue by Elmer's, because they're really good. They hold the project together. It lasts. If you use this glue, you should be able to put this project away, and when 4th of July come again, it'll be still standing. If you use any other type of glue, I cannot vouch for it, but I've tried other glues and the projects didn't withstand the heat or and because the utensil is going to be used, people are going to be actually going to get their fork, going to get their knives, and people love these projects. They're to talk, they're good conversational pieces. So we're going to get started, and we're going to start with the caddy, the holder of the utensil. And these pieces right here are actually going to go in the front, on the side, in the back. And that's just to give it a more firmer grip to hold it, so when you put the utensils in it. This happy right here will be, I cut these letters out, H, and you're actually just going to glue them on, each one. And they're probably either going to have this print. Some of the take and make bags are going to have the shiny piece, maybe white, maybe red, maybe blue. It's all on what bag you pick up. It's going to be random. We're not going to say it's blue, it's red, it's white. It's just what comes in the bag. So like I said, you will take the piece, put a little glue. You don't need a lot of glue. And if you're working with kids, kids love to put a lot of glue. But you just need just a little dab of glue to put on there. And you'll place it over the H. And you would do it for each letter. So we're not going to do each letter, but it's just to show you exactly what to do. Just a little bit of glue, not a lot of glue. You don't want to over glue it, because the glue will spread out on sizes, and then you have the glue looking, the project looking like you just used a lot of glue. So if you notice, so you would glue the H on top of the P, on top of the Y, and so forth. Now the next step we're going to do is these ends. They should be bent in forward. You're going to take just a little glue And with this, you want to make sure that you get all the edges of it. All the edges. Just hold it a second and let it kind of dry. And be sure to line it up correctly if you can. Because you don't want it to be off where the utensil holders won't fit in it properly. So the caddy has to be lined up correctly. We're going to do this other side. Be sure the piece is in the inside. Fold in the inside. Just a tab of glue, not a whole lot of glue. And if you're doing it with the kids, you can kind of let the kids out with this piece right here. I would suggest you put it because you put this piece together because you really want it to be right because it's going to hold the utensil boxes. So I would let the kids do the letters, glue the letters on, which is really great. And be sure you glue the letters on before you put the caddy piece together. So if you let the kids do that piece and start getting the stars together while you put the caddy together, it'd be great. Because when you have your gathering or your cookout or friends over, the kids are definitely going to say, I made that. I made that. Everyone, someone coming to the house, it's going to be known that they made it, which is a real positive thing, a good thing. So, I'm sorry. I'm taking the glue and wiping it off on my finger with the wet rag. This is why it's so important that you have a wet rag and a dry rag. So, we're going to do the same thing for the back of the caddy. You see how this piece is out this way? It's not supposed to be out, it's supposed to be in. Okay? Just a little bit of glue. And sometimes more glue come out than need to come out. So you just wipe it on your hands. And it's important that the caddy, the holder of this piece, this holder that's going to hold the utensils, is kind of put together correctly. So, this is the end. You have your letters, you glue in each part. This is, these little stripes right here is, if you want to put them on, you can. I find them to be helpful in the front and in the back because once you start putting your utensils in, it gives it a more strongness to hold the pieces, because remember these are just paper, so you kind of just want to put some glue. And what I like to do is always make sure my edges have glue on them, because the edges always tends to come up, and you'll be like, I want that piece stay there. So normally you would put this piece on after you put the letters on. That's what I would suggest you do. After that you put the letters on, is to go ahead and put these pieces on the caddy, and you can have the children to do that. And then glue your edges together. So it will be a piece for the front, and it's going to be a piece for the back, and it's going to be a piece for the sides. Glue those on and then put your caddy together. Okay, we're going to set this to the side because we've completed that. And now we're going to work on the holders. Like I said, be sure you bend all your pieces back. So this edge right here, we're going to put some glue. just going to glue it together. So you want to be sure you lined it up. You don't want it to look like that. You want to make sure that it's lined up correctly. Like that. These two pieces that's sticking up there tend to get in your way, but you can just fold them down because that's how they're going to go. Just fold them down to get out of to not be so tedious in your way. Okay. This edge of the piece right here, be sure that's back. And we're not going to glue that together yet. We're going to kind of make sure that's dry. So we're going to work on the bottom piece. And just because I'm making them blue, and I'm going to put blue on this piece. Or you can take your white and put on this piece. Use your own little decorating ideas if you want to. It doesn't necessarily have to be blue on blue, red on red. It can be just as how you want it to be. And you put blue all around, just like that. Now, the trick about this is that because this is actually going to be holding the utensils, you want to make sure that the edges have glue on it. All of your edges have glue on it, their edges. Because you don't want the edges. You have to be sure those edges have glue and will attach, because you don't want it to come apart while your utensils are in it. So be sure you have glue on all the edges. You can set it down on the table if you like, or you can keep it in your hand. And you're going to take the first edge, glue it down. And you kind of have to work with it because now this is a part that you want to do and not let the children do. So you definitely want to put this piece together and allow the kids to decorate it. That's what I normally do to involve the kids. I will put the pieces together. There's my bottom piece. You bring it down. Then you're going to go take your finger, go in the inside, and put those push those edges down that you put the glue on. Okay? Just take your finger around it and push it in. Now, the next thing is we're going to glue this down. If you notice on these, on the caddy, there will be a picture on your bag and you can see exactly how it looks, just in case you don't want to go back and look at the video, or you have a picture of it. So that's what these pieces are right here for. We're going to put glue on this edge right here. I'm sorry. I did that incorrect. No. That glue was put there. Okay. So once you put the glue on it, you're going to bring it down. If you didn't get that, your glue should be on this piece right here. And you should lay this piece on top of that. It should look like that. And you're just going to lay it down once it dries. Okay? And you kind of shape it and form it. Then you're going to take This step is going to be done for your white. You do the same steps. This step is going to be done for your red. You're going to take next this piece, which, like I said, in some of the bags is going to be the glossy, either red or white or blue. And some of them will have a print. The crease right there is what you want to put the glue in that crease. Be sure it is in there. And just on the sides. You want to take this piece and actually line your crease up with the crease that's on there. So if you notice, I didn't put glue like all on the edges of here, around there. I just put it in the crease and around this part right here. And so that's where it's glued. Because you want to give it a little depth to it, like that. Like it's like steady, you know. You don't want it to lay down like that. You can if you want to, it's your project. But that's what I like for it, mine to look like. So, once you get these 3 pieces on, after you finish that, we're going to show you how to put the 4 and the stars. You basically can do the stars however you want to do the stars. I have different types of stars on here. Some of them kind of drop down on the floor. And you can put them wherever you want to put them. You'll be designing for it. You don't want to put it in the back because this is how the back looks. And hopefully you won't be showing the back. But if you think you are going to be showing the back, you can kind of spritz it up in the back, put your stars in the back, and just leave your front like this, or however you want to do it. It's going to be approximately, on this caddy, it's 2, 4, 6 stars, or some of these, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's going to possibly be about 10 stars in each bag. So if you think your caddy is going to be shown in the back, you can kind of put some stars on the back of it. You know, use your own kind of creativity. So you will see 2 pieces. And some of them might have the print, some of them might just have the gloss. You're going to glue it on top of each other. The 4, the same thing. And if you notice, this 4 has a gloss white, silver, and then on the back piece is a print piece. And on this one, it has a blue gloss on the back with a print on the front. And once you get your caddy together, you're going to, it should look like that. So you would take the 4, and it doesn't necessarily have to be on the red. It doesn't necessarily have to be placed where I'm placing it at. Be creative. You can place your 4 over here. And since it says happy right here, you can place your 4 right there. Say for instance, if I wanted to put it on this caddy, instead of putting it on the actual holder, I could put it right there. And then I'm going to put my TH right there. So glue will only go near the bottom of it. And my TH. So I'm just, and this is the one where the 4th is up on the utensil holder. and you can put it right there. Those are just great ideas that you can put it on, how you want to, do it. And once you have it all in place, each piece, like I said, the stars, it's up to you. I will show you what star I'll do for you. Just put some glue on it. If you want to double your stars like that, you can double your stars like that. You want to do single stars, you can. I would suggest you put your stars like this, because remember, your utensils are going to be in it. And so people are going to be going back and forth. So I would tell you to kind of put them down like that. Not too up where the utensils are. Because people will be back and forth, getting a fork, getting a knife, getting a spoon. And like I said, you can put stars on the back of your caddy holder, your utensil holder, the caddy. You can put stars on the back of it. You can put stars on the front of it. So you're going to have like this size stars and these stars. 2 different sizes. And after that, the finishing piece is putting glue on the bottom. Be sure you put glue on the edges. The edges is very important. That glue is on the edges. And in this case, you want to make sure it's glue in the center too. You're going to place it I wanted to show you, because it kind of got where you need to place it at. You see, you kind of got a little circle where you can place each one of them at. So you lay it down and follow the guide that they have where you place it at, so each piece can fit. So what I would tell you is complete each one of them before you lay the piece down. Don't complete the red and then put it inside your caddy. Complete the red, white, and blue, and so you can place each piece down in it, so you can be sure that it's fitting right, and you can see where you need to glue it and how to glue it correctly. If you make one piece and then glue it down into the caddy, you have 2 more pieces that you have to glue down. So I would suggest that you make all 3 of these utensil holders first, the red, the white, and the blue, and then you can set it in and see how it looks, and then glue each one of them down to the piece. I hope you guys enjoy this project. If you have any questions or concern, any pieces are missing out of your take and make bag, feel free to call the Center Library, and we'll be sure to get your pieces. If you have any questions or concern, feel free to call the library and ask for Cindy. Thank you, and happy 4th of July. Enjoy your cookout, holiday, and the fireworks. Thank you.